Hi, this is Tim calling. I'm going to give you a very quick overview of how to get started with the review management system that is a key component in Senior Leads Boost. So here goes. First of all, you will log into your Senior Leads Boost dashboard. We'll send you a link for that so that you can always get to it. And then from here you have access to all the major components in your Senior Leads Boost service. One of them is review management. So let's go there. And then I'm going to simplify this. The most important thing that you can do to begin using your review management system is to start asking people for reviews. If you don't get started with that, you'll never get any progress at all. So let's show you how to get started with that. When you come into the review management page, go to this button, which is to add a single prospective reviewer to the review request campaign. Now let me stop for a moment and talk about what a campaign is. In this context, it's a series of email or text messages or both that you send to a person asking them for a review. Very simple, very persistent but polite messages. We send 3 before we stop. 3 emails and, if you wish, 3 texts. And basically we ask them to leave a review online for us. So here's how that works. First of all, the type of review that we want is online. We even mentioned that here, so you always choose online. Then you can choose whether you want the person to receive the invitation by email or SMS, which is another name for text, or both. You might want to try both and just see how that goes for you. And then you put in their first name and last name, their email address, and their mobile phone number so that you can send them a text. And then click yes and send the review request. Now, here's what happens when you do that. They begin to receive a series of messages that politely ask them to leave you a review. They basically say something like, because you know me personally or my company, I would really appreciate it if you will leave us a review. Please click here. And when they click here on that message, basically what they are shown is this form online. Now, you're only sending this to people that are likely to give you a favorable review, right? So that logically is probably going to always be the outcome. We define a favorable review as being 4 or 5 stars. Now, if they give you less than that, we don't really make it easy for them to leave an online review. But if they click 4 or 5, we pop up this form and we basically say, great, we appreciate that. Would you please leave us a review on one of these online sites? And we make it pretty clear that Google is the one that we really want most of all. But whether they do that or not, they can also click on either or both of these. And so we give them a lot of opportunity to leave you a review. But the important thing is we really want them to get Google and leave a review there, if possible. If they don't have a Google account or if they're not logged into it, they may not be able to. But in most cases these days, people do have Google accounts. Okay, that's really the most important thing to know. After that, everything else is just extra information. So most important of all is to get started sending people review requests. Here's a trick. If this is the first time you're doing this, you may have a long list of people that you think would be good to send review requests to. They could be current or former clients or residents. They could be referral sources that know and trust you. It could be family and friends that would speak well of you. Anybody is eligible to receive a review request from you. If you have a long list like that, 20 or 30 or 40 people that you don't want to put in manually one at a time in that form that I just showed you, guess what? We have a trick for you, a help for you. You can create a spreadsheet, Excel or one of the other ones, and have 5 columns. First name, last name, and mailing address, and mobile phone number. I guess that's 4 columns. And then put 1 review request invitee on each line and give us all those fields for that person. And then what we'll do is we will upload that for you. And that way you won't have to enter all that stuff. And you can do that over and over again if you want to. If you really wanted to, you get away with never entering any of these individually through the opt-in form. But if you do send that to us, we will upload it, and then we will actually use some automation we have to trigger it so that it only sends those out 1 per day or 2 per day or whatever interval we choose. And so that way the progression of you getting new reviews looks a little bit more natural over time too. That's it. Again, the most important thing to do is click on the review request or send us a spreadsheet of review requests. Everything else will come later. Responding to reviews, we take care of that for you. Unless it's a negative, then we talk to you about it. Sharing your Google reviews to your Facebook page, we take care of that. So the main thing is start now and continue all the time asking for reviews. Thanks a lot.